Hello everyone, I would like to introduce the supplier product recommendation solution I'm working on. Let's talk about the project selection. The project is to build a supplier product recommendation system to solve the problem of a manually vetting process right now. So how I consider this to be an attractive opportunity for a machine learning based solution based on the three aspects. For the business impact, it is a really big business pain point right now to manually for lots of associates to handle similar supplier and products vetting, trying to select the best suppliers and products. It impacts thousands of associates. If we implement the solution, they will in the future enjoy faster and more accurate recommendations. And it's very suitable for machine learning because over the years we have accumulated lots of data points on the supplier and the product level, and there are also third-party data platforms available on the market. Let's do some business understanding from following the CRISPR-DM process about how we define the problem. The target user of this solution will be our sourcing managers, who is majorly responsible to search for suppliers and items for the company. Um, the problem statement is written as a retailer. Actually, we deal with thousands of suppliers every year on large number of products. So there are a lot of man hours involved in this process. So we need to evaluate a lot of aspects of a supplier, for example, their capabilities, their capacities, their historical performance, the costs, sales, quality, etc. So now the decisions are very manually made and has large room to improve to increase the speed and accuracy of the decision making. So why it matters? It will save the company large amount of man hours and also introduce the best suppliers and products with better performance, which will ultimately increase our sales and reduce cost. How it's solved today is really very depends on every associate's experience as well as their capacity available because they needed to pull pieces of information from a lot of different places, manually analyzing them and make their best judgments. So the gaps in current states. Um, we have lots of data elements sits in different parts of the systems, which is time consuming itself to gathering those data. And then there are also potential dimensions to evaluate if it's a good supply or product. There's so many dimensions of that actually, so it's very challenging for everyone to make really good decision manually. And also the decision process is very long because people need to spend those time as well as they might need to go back and forth about their judgment, communicate upwards, etc. So it's a long process. How do we define our success? So some of the business impact is that we want to improve the speed and accuracy. We want to enhance our quality without cost increase or even cost deduction. And we want to improve our customer and associate certification. Some of the constraints is that for the potential new suppliers, we might have limited data in the system because we haven't worked with those suppliers before. So some mechanism need to be in place to tackle that. So we might have a budget or contract limitation with third-party platform, if any dependency on their data. And then we do have only have a limited tech resources. So tech resources are always not enough. So if we translate those impacts into the quantified outcome and output metrics, so the recommendations, the speed, it might take like 2 weeks for a human being to make decisions. And then we would like to reduce to 1 week, including all the data gathering, cleaning, etc. prepare work for the model to reduce half of the time, basically. The quality metrics, for example, the customer returns, the defective, we're trying to improve that by 10%. Is quite a conservative target, honestly. And cost, you want to spend less or at least flat. And we need to improve our customer reviews by 15%, and associated certification should be over 80%. Output of the model is we will measure the MSE. The factors, there are lots of factors, at least a few, and there are sub factors. For example, cost. We will have the cost of the supplier's raw materials, packaging, operations, logistics to measure like their overall cost. The quality, we will have customer return, defectives, testing failures. We also have the capacity, capabilities, and customer review score, number of reviews, and potentials if supplier has any future investment. Do they have a diversity of the country of origin to ensure our surety of supply? And also sustainability as well. For example, any carbon emission metrics we can pull. So we're trying to establish comprehensive as much possible for us to evaluate a supplier holistically. Solution validation plan. I will actually skip this page instead of kind of read it out. So we will have actually cloud uh, and offline learning batch prediction as a system design because it's not a super high requirements on the latency, and it will always have network connectivity in the office, etc. And the data are available in large batches for the learning and the prediction as well. Potential risks in production. I can foresee actual data drifts. For example, like the past 3 years, maybe our all the sales data and the supply performance data are largely impacted by the COVID. You might foresee due to the disruption on the supply chain, you might see like supplies performance are kind of low in times, like on time delivery, on time, etc. But those actually will be better in the future. And latency as well, because our input data is in huge volume, so the model might take some time to run. All right, so this is the cost project. Thanks for watching.